Hello, everybody! Welcome back to another episode of the Unturned podcast. I'm your host, cucuycharles, and I'm joined once again by the Knight Rider.
Trident Games' new video sucks.
Trident Games.
I love my new video. It doesn't suck.
And we have a special guest today, ZoliWorks.
Hi, I'm Zoli.
And for anyone that's going to ask eventually in the comments, Z-Man literally just disappeared before we started recording. I don't know why. He just does. It's getting kind of annoying. If anyone's heard me rant about Z-Man, it's like he's probably one of the worst people to work with, honestly, in any project. You give him the time frame, the exact time frame every other week, and
but
he just
he
doesn't show up.
He only
he could be talking with P9. He could be talking with P9.
Z-Man doesn't own the podcast.
On his phone.
Z-Man doesn't own the podcast.
Now you show up. Now you show up.
Yo, what's good, baby?
Where are you?
Do you know who
Why did it take so long? Why do you sabotage the podcast purposefully?
I'm playing with the cat.
Okay.
Bruh.
Alright, well, this isn't about Z-Man. This is about Zoli.
Who the fuck is Zoli?
Okay,
exactly.
Zoli
You know what? That's a good
starting Unturned Workshop developer. He developed
Hello,
a bunch
and welcome to
military
the
vehicles
podcast. And we're joined once again by cucuycharles.
Okay,
Trident Games.
Zoli, how would you describe what you do in the Unturned community? Like, what would you do? Like,
I would describe it as reinventing modding, innovating, taking something from another game, let's say Arma, for example, and making that thing possible in Unturned. So making the impossible possible.
Ambitious.
I see. So, what type of mods exactly do you make, and like for what audience in Unturned?
Mostly for weapons, armor, and that kind of stuff enthusiasts. So RP servers with police cars, I make them. They want like custom sirens with lots of lights and different flash patterns and realistic lighting, I make them. If people want like realistic army vehicles with realistic handling, basically something straight out of Arma or like a military simulator game, I make it.
I know. I've done multiple covers of Euro Workshop when I did like workshop videos, and I believe I covered your tank and the intercontinental ballistic missile truck, and I like the small what?
That's neat. Yeah. Like I don't watch any Unturned YouTube and stuff like that, so I never noticed, but I'll go check it out.
He just said fuck your mama, Trident.
What? No, you're just on something today.
Alright. I was looking through your workshop stuff, and I noticed you had a mod called the Haonebu 2, and the conspiracy theory nerd inside of me was very, very happy to see that. That was really cool.
Yeah, well, I make two kinds of content. Like, there's the ZWS content, which is basically all the projects I do for myself, where I showcase what can be done in Unturned, and everything else is what people commission me to make. Like, I made a bread with a clown face, so that should say enough.
Oh.
Bread with the clown face?
We made
It's literally called clown bread.
Clown bread.
Clown bread, huh?
Cloud bread?
Bread?
How much were you paid for that?
Yeah.
I think about $25.
Okay.
Bro, easy money. I need to start doing commissions.
Easy money if you have the right audience, right client base.
So how many people are using your mods actually on their servers? Do you know, or like you're not sure?
I honestly don't keep track. Like, I wouldn't expect people to use my mods because right now they are in a state where they can counter themselves, but they are OP against everything else. Like, take my tank, for example. It has a ballistic computer, it has thermal sights, it has radar, it has everything a tank should have. It can spot you from the other side of the map and hit you directly. What else can do that? So, yeah, it's kind of like OP compared to everything else. So I don't think many servers use it. Other than servers want to be OP, or like admins running around with tanks, with machine guns and everything.
I see. So you don't have like an exact like amount of servers that even that run your mods. Are you asked at all by anybody like, hey, or like how often do you get asked to do something for somebody?
Like to help somebody or to make a mod for
like,
them?
you say you get commissioned by people, but like how exactly how many people and like what type of audience are you getting to ask you for commissions? Like what are they asking of you?
Yeah, like military RP, regular RP people, like what? Because it's
PP.
usually RP people who shut up, Trident. It's usually those guys who commission for these big mods.
Yeah, like most of my clients are returning customers and they are RP server owners. So as far as I'm concerned, the most amount of vehicles I sold are police vehicles with sirens, and that's it. Some people commission me all kinds of random stuff for fun. Like some guy wanted a helmet that glows, so you can like have the same GUID and the same ID, install it on his client. So then the game replaces every other player's helmet on a PvP server with that glowing helmet. So it's kind of like cheating.
Okay.
So,
interesting.
Yeah, all kinds of people come to me. Sometimes kids, 9 to 10-year-olds, like you can tell just by looking at how they type and what they type. Other times I get people that are 40 to 50-year-olds, and those guys have the big money, to say it simply.
Yeah, I see.
Yo, you got some sugar daddies.
Pretty much, yeah.
No,
Actually, yeah. There's one guy who's like a sugar daddy to say it like that.
bro. No.
Yes,
That guy single-handedly paid for my car with commissions.
Yeah,
Really?
you got a sugar daddy. Yeah, for sure.
I was gonna ask you, Zolly, what actually made you start modding in the first place? Was it just to promote like advancement of mods, or was there something else also at work?
Like the
Well,
money.
it all started back in 2015, actually. That's when I first got introduced to Unturned by a classmate. And I didn't quite like the game back then. But afterwards, I was like, well, I might as well try it if I downloaded it. So I went on a random server, had some fun, played for like 6 months. For 6 months, I did nothing but play Unturned every single day. No other games. That's like 8 hours a day just Unturned.
That's
and
pretty impressive.
Afterwards, I wanted a Black Hawk, the helicopter, the US helicopter. And there was no Black Hawk or no Abrams on the workshop. So I was like, it can't be that hard, I'll just make it myself. And then I made a tank. It turned out to be absolute crap, because even the turret was rotating around its barrel. Not the turret itself, it was rotating around the barrel.
Dang.
But people helped me, I fixed it up, I started making more mods, and that was the time when I released Zoli's Europe military vehicle, something like that. I wanted it to be a huge mod, but I kind of just lost interest and gave up. That was in 2016. Afterwards, I completely stopped looking at the game, caring about the game, until like 2019, when I was at my summer job, which was an office job where I was doing graphics design, and I had a shit ton of free time. Like 2 hours of work, 6 hours of free time. So I was like,
were you into university?
I am in university right now.
For graphic design or something else?
Nope. Graphic design was my high school subject.
Oh, I see.
Graphics design, printing, text setup, like pretty much how to design a book, how to make a book. I can actually make you a book right now if you give me the right tools.
Yo, but
I did graphic design.
No one cares.
And then basically I had a ton of free time, so I was like, why don't I take my old models and remake them? Because they were absolute crap. If you look at the topology of those models, you would cry your eyes out if you knew what to look for. Or maybe you do. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to remake them. And slowly and steadily I picked up modding again. Like I was saying, this is fun, I should do more and more. And then this guy that I mentioned, that single-handedly paid for my car, put up a commission of an airplane, and he said he's paying anyone who can make it $200.
Wow.
And that was my biggest commission at that time. So I was like, yep, I am making that. I had no clue how to make what he was asking for, but I intended to learn. And that's pretty much how I got back into modding. And afterwards, I was like, so I can make this thing. What else can I make? How much can I innovate? What can I bring to this community to show the people that what they thought was impossible is actually possible. And that's how I got where I am right now.
I see. So you've been in this since 2015, technically.
Yeah.
And then got
pretty
back
much
into it in 2019. So you've been here for a moment. That's cool.
Yeah, you did, and like I love all the small details when it comes to your vehicles. The tanks, when driving, when you go over like a little when you change elevation, kind of like if you go onto a road that's like slightly higher than the ground, you can see the tracks move with it, that sort of thing. Like I just love that. I think I even like commented on that when using the vehicle.
I need to check your videos out.
Z-Man actually left when I said that. I was just kidding. Now I feel bad.
You really hurt his feelings.
Come back, Z-Man. We love you.
Z-Man, I'm sorry.
Z-Man hates you. He hates you.
Can I delete a message so it looks like Knight doesn't have any remorse? Okay, can't delete it. Charles, give me the permissions, please.
You can't delete
it. Come on.
I was trying to remember. I literally lost my train of thought because of Z-Man. I literally had a question for Zolly. I just trying to remember it.
All right. Wait, like what? Like, how did you exactly like make your vehicles different than everyone? Like, what was your process? Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna sort of make it interesting. It's like a refresher. It's not just a stale vehicle with like a turret. It's like something more. Like, what was your thought process when it came to that?
Well, I always wanted to make unique content, and like you said, if I just made a simple tank that does the exact same thing as all the other tanks in the workshop, it wouldn't be unique. So, for around 2 years, that's how much it took me to develop the first version of the Abrams, because I knew almost nothing of Unity. I was looking through the Unity user's manual, looking at every single component, reading the description, reading what does what. And Unity modding is basically like playing with Legos. You take pieces, put them together, and you end up with something.
I see.
And that's how pretty much everything I make in Unity works. I have like 5 to 10 pieces, different components, different game objects, different scripts, and then they make the end result like a slower turning turret, a weapon stabilizer, a ballistic computer, that kind of stuff.
I see.
So I wanted these unique features that make it more realistic, make it as realistic as possible to exist in Unturned. And yeah.
That's pretty cool. I have to say.
Has there ever been anyone that has criticized you for your realism of your mods? Like something being off about a certain model of a vehicle that you made or anything in that regard?
Oh yeah, there have been.
Has there what was the criticism like? Like was it multiple people or was it just one person that's like made a whole like essay about something being wrong about your vehicle? Like what was it like?
Well, there were a few people who mentioned that my vehicles are too high detail, like too realistic for the game. They don't have a place in this game. Why am I modding this game if I can't make content that fits the game, basically? A few people said that. Then there was one special someone who just couldn't shut up about the fact that I'm modding Unturned. Like, oh, why are you modding Unturned? It's like a children's game. You should grow up and go mod like Arma or mod like GTA. And guess what? Once I started taking commissions, he came back to me. Hey, do you have some spare cash? No, fuck off.
Bro.
He's gonna mail you cash. This guy.
So someone so there has been people that have been trying to like discourage you from working on this game. Has it just mainly been like random people? Not really anyone. I guess in high places when it comes to the community, it's just like kind of like nobody, like major at all.
Yeah, pretty much just random people. Major people, I don't have a problem with them because they have their content, I have my content. I always try to stay out of people's way. Like if they want to make a type of vehicle, they have all the rights to do so. If I want to make that same type of vehicle, I'm going to do it my way. It's going to be different from theirs. So, like, Nordic, the whole server group and everything, they make a ton of guns, they make tons of vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
They never complained. I never had a problem with them. We even worked together at one point. Like, I helped them, they helped me.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever worked with other people besides Nordic?
I have. I'm not a fan of working together with other people because how do I put this? If you can do everything yourself, then you know exactly what you have to do. If you want to model something one way, you can do that. But if you want to tell somebody to model something one way, he might not understand. He might not be able to do what you ask them to. Usually, I just try to stick to myself and do as many things as I can myself. There are times when I commission other people, like commission people for effects, commission people for sounds. I buy most of my effects from the Unity store with commission money, because it's not just for my own gain, it's also for the community. Because I release my mods for free. Nobody has to pay to use them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But working with other people, yeah. I worked with SMD, for example. We helped each other a lot. He helped me test stuff. We invented new features together. Then there's Postman. I'm not sure how much you guys know Postman. I helped him with a lot of stuff as well, like troubleshooting, inventing new features, and he did the same to me. Like my current suspension version 4 on my vehicles is pretty much done by Postman. He invented it. I just added my own touch to it.
Nice.
It's kind of interesting with your philosophy of being able to do everything yourself, because a lot of people, well, I guess in real life and even in Unturned, also follow that same philosophy of, kind of keeping to yourself. And if you're able to do it, just do it yourself, because, you know what you want and you know what you have to do to get there. And asking other people is very hard to get the same kind of ideas from your brain to go to their brain. So, and also even Nelson follows that to a certain degree in his work. So your philosophy is pretty in line with a lot of people that are successful in the community and outside in the real world. It's interesting.
Z-Man, I would like to apologize, Z-Man.
This dude.
That was a good meme.
Oh no, I made him go insane. I'm sorry. Anyways, ask ZoliWorks a question now. You're both named Z. How do you feel about that?
Can you make big penis mod?
Fun fact, I can.
I've
been asked to do that before.
I need you to do that immediately. I'll put it on the place.
So do you want it to be dynamic? Do you want jiggle physics? Do you want it to shrink when there's cold outside?
Yeah, all of the above. I need all of the...
Bro, imagine the Yukon map and it shrinks when there's a blizzard.
It's just micro dick.
Someone actually paid me to do that for a horse.
Bro, really? What?
Oh no.
Why?
How much were you paid?
Isn't that, wait, don't they have something like that in Red Dead or whatnot?
Wait, you said paid. You accepted it!
Money is money. $20 is $20.
I really said that.
Yeah, I'm sure the Blackwater Corporation felt the same way when they shot down all those civilians.
I think building a horse penis is better than starving to death.
I don't know.
There is worse mods than that, so at least it's not the worst.
Yeah, we're not going to mention them, but I think we're all thinking the same.
Zoli, I was going to ask you, has there been any conflicts with any other modders in the community that have tried to come after you for things you've worked on, or no? Have everyone been kind of nice and peaceful?
Let's see. I actually have to think about this, whether there have been, because I know for a fact that there's one person who hated me with a passion.
Do you think P9 fakes his base raids?
For a fact, no. Because I experienced it firsthand. Like, one of my clients actually got raided by P9.
Huh.
Oh. And so they commissioned you to assassinate him?
Nah, not yet. But like me and P9 don't get along.
Not yet.
But me and P9 don't get along.
I mean, he's correct. Not yet.
So do you believe P9 fakes his base
raid? Is this the podcast now? Just fucking penis shit.
You're the one who made it this way.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he might be, for all I know. He has the resources to do so. He has the follower base.
You think
we're asking literally every guest.
Yippee.
So, was there ever anyone that went after you, Zolly, in the modding scene, or no? Any other modders?
There was, yeah. Like, Mother... Mother... Yes. Not going to say it. Yeah, there has been one guy.
Was it for actual...
Say their name! Say their name!
Was it for actual good reason, or was it more like they just really disliked what you were doing?
More like they didn't like my views.
What do you mean by that?
They went after me. Yeah.
Like your views weren't high enough for him?
No. Pretty much how I grew up is different from how they grew up. So I have different views, and I treat different subjects differently, and they treat different subjects differently.
They're getting political.
And then when I said... No, it's actually nothing to do with politics.
Oh.
Maybe, just a bit. But, yeah, so basically I'm from Eastern Europe. I'm from Romania, but I'm Hungarian. So...
have you ever seen Cerati at all on the street?
Shut up, man!
Stolen from you? Has he stolen from you?
No, but I've seen
he is Romanian. He is Romanian, you know, Romanian anti-air.
Shut up! Shut up!
I mean, that is pretty accurate. Like, you cannot leave anything on the street, really, in certain places.
Romania is the
Detroit of Europe.
No, it's just
it's just you get stolen from. You don't get shot up. I don't think. I've never been to Romania.
I don't know.
The problem with Romania is that there are certain regions where there's tons of gypsies, and there wouldn't be a problem with gypsies if they acted civilized. But when they live like in a ghetto, and they run around in gangs like 12 people and attack you for no reason and destroy stuff for no reason, then it's kind of a problem.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like to get attacked for no reason.
They stole our main gate because it was made out of metal and it wasn't welded in place. They stole it.
Bro, damn, can't have
at
Romania?
That point, you would just have to they would just bring it to a factory and have it melted down, right? Into ingots or some other thing that they can sell for.
Ingots. Bro, what is this, World of Warcraft?
Shut up,
You can just take it to the scrapyard, but right now, taking metal to the scrapyard is not beneficial at all. It's very cheap. But taking copper to the scrapyard, that shit is like €1 something for a kilo.
That's so 2.2 pounds of copper for $1.50, I think.
I guess, yeah.
I don't remember the conversions accurately. I'm pretty sure that's it.
And aluminum, or aluminium, however you pronounce it, that is also pretty expensive and pretty worth it. So people tend to steal street signs and poles and just take it to the scrapyard.
Wait, did you say Romanium? Like Romans have their own...
Oh, aluminum or aluminium. It's all the same to me, but some people say it aluminum, others say aluminium.
Aluminium.
I don't care which way you say it.
Aluminium sounds like it just sounds rarer than aluminum.
Romanian.
Aluminum is like that one metal.
Yeah, it is, man.
Yeah, it's like the one scrunkly metal,
That one metal, yeah. That's a good one.
It's Romanium. It's in our blood.
So you're from Romania. What are your origins? Did you ever endure any street crime?
What?
Well, yeah. In fact, I
did. Yeah.
Let's go.
You fucking people suck at this fucking podcast. I came in late and I'm already getting the best info. This man experienced violence.
I hope you die.
In Romania. That's
like a daily
having a point. So tell us about the violence.
Violence is always the answer.
Yes.
I mean, you can't go to you can't go to a teacher because there's none there.
Oh, it's not in schools. It's outside on the street.
Teacher, he stabbed me in the kidney.
He stole my kidney. Well, deal with it. That's what we have to do.
Is there high gun violence or high knife violence?
No gun violence.
No, okay, because
people getting mugged, people fighting other people, and some knife violence. I've never experienced knife violence, but I got stabbed with a car key.
Ow. Did it?
Ow.
I imagine it didn't. Did it pierce through or did it not pierce through?
It like hit the middle of my chest. It kind of pierced like a bit, but it wasn't really.
Imagine if that was a knife.
If it was a knife, I wouldn't be here right now.
Or you'd that hurt.
You'd have taken it out.
Well, yeah, because you would have been stabbed. Maybe it might have hit your aorta, and that wouldn't have been good because your heart's kind of in the middle of your chest. Maybe
Guys,
a little bit to the
you
left.
might not want to drum up his PTSD.
Yeah, I mean, if that was a really long car key, do you play Tarkov? Do you play Tarkov, Zolly?
I do not know. I know what it is, but I never played.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, so do you play other games besides Unturned, or do you literally just stick to?
Yeah, he plays Arma.
You play Arma.
I haven't played Unturned, like as in play, since 2016.
Oh.
I just make mods.
No, but what I'm asking you is what other games do you play besides Unturned?
Well, for the past 3 weeks, I haven't played any game, but normally I play War Thunder. Used to play War Thunder. I used to play Arma.
That game is
Fallout games.
Sponsorships got to you.
The Fallout games, like I bought Fallout 76 when it came out. It was absolute trash. Came back 1 year later. It was decent. Fallout 4, I played that. Like I finished the story of that game at least 20 times. 18 times with the Brotherhood of Steel. GTA, Crossout. I used to play a ton of Crossout back in the day. But no, nowadays I just watch videos, watch anime, and that's it. And work on mods.
I didn't. What anime do you watch?
Pretty much anything that's airing right now. So all the seasonal trash.
I see.
And well, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not trash. Like right now, there are some good shows. But I'm going to be cancelled on Twitter now, so I'm going to shut up.
Oh no. Okay, this is an interesting one, but has any of this any modeling for Unturned, workshop for Unturned, help direct where you want to be, where you want to focus on a career sort of,
Yeah, it has. Like I really love working with 3D models, working with graphics. I don't like programming that much, so I'm not sure I want to go down that path, but if I can get better at 3D modeling, I could attend some courses and get a degree in that. Because in the university I'm in right now, it's business and IT. So it's like universal. It has everything in it. It's marketing, management, microeconomics, macroeconomics, databases, Java, C#, C++, Python, fucking Linux. I hate that shit. Go on, web design. But developing, running a career, yeah, I want to be a graphics designer when I grow up, because I'm little right now.
Wait, how old are you?
21.
Oh,
yeah, 21.
9 plus 10.
Like that one thing.
Let's go. I'm still the oldest.
I was honestly, I was expecting 16, not because of any just personal thought, but just because a lot of people who are from Europe that I've talked to sound older than what they are. So no.
Hey, it's the fucking hair. There's cancer in it.
Oh.
Wait, what's that? There's a chemical that makes your voice a lot or sulfur
cigarettes. Cigarette smoke. But
I guess
that can do it. Elvis. I think Elvis Presley's voice went deeper after he did a certain type of drug. I forgot what it was, but you could hear a huge difference in his voice to listen to some of his music.
I need that drug.
To anyone who wants to become corpse husband, start smoking from the cigarette industry.
No, but that's a real thing.
So tell us about that How Naboo 2 mod. Who commissioned you for it? What was it for? I am curious.
We all know you did it.
No. If I thought of it first, I probably would have.
Let me actually check if that guy is still linked to the mod. So maybe then I will remember what other stuff he asked for. But it was like random, out of nowhere. He just came up to me, hey, I have this blueprint here from the web. I really like Nazi science fiction stuff. Can you make this for me? And I said, sure. Why not? And I basically made it. He paid for it, and I made it. I had, like, most of the mods I make, I have no interest in them. People just pay me, and I deliver exactly what they want. They are happy. I get paid. I'm happy. End of story.
So it sounds like Knight Rider literally commissioned you.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Listen, if it was me, I would have commissioned him for the Haonabu 4 Dreadnought class. All right.
Literally, I literally visualized the nerd emoji.
I literally visualized the nerd emoji. I'm cucuycharles and I project.
Zoli, have you been scammed before? I imagine you're pretty careful, but have you been like scammed or almost scammed when it comes to commissioned?
I have never been scammed. People have tried to scam me, but so far nobody managed to scam me.
How do people try to scam you? Like, what, they just tell you to make the mod and they'll pay you like later, or what?
Oh, that never works for me. Like, the only people that I accept late payments from are clients that I worked with before, and we have like a longer history together.
So they pay
everybody else
first?
Yeah, everyone else has two options. Either they pay 100% upfront, or they pay 50% upfront and 50% before I give them the files or publish the mod. Like, I show them the videos that it's done, it works. If they want it, they pay me. If they don't want to pay me, I still have the other 50%. So nothing is lost.
And you're keeping the model later use, maybe?
There have been people who are like, but I don't trust you, I'm not going to pay you. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Like, not too long ago, there was a guy that wanted some weapons made. Pretty unique weapons. Not sure if you guys seen them. It was a grappling hook that you can like climb up on, and you can also shoot it across roofs, and you can walk across the grappling hook. It like deploys a rope, and you can walk across it. It was quite neat, and nobody else made it before. And he was like, "I want that made." I gave him a price. He said he needs the Unity files as well, the raw files. Now, I almost never give out raw files because if everyone knew how to make what I do, then what's the point in me doing it anymore? And that also means less profit for me. So I keep certain stuff pretty secret. I have people with other stuff that are not as important to me, but like all the top secret stuff that I have, I'm not giving out those files to anyone. So anyway, this guy wanted the files. So usually when people ask for the files, I double the price. He simply didn't want to pay it. And he called me names.
Oh,
that's cool.
But the thing is, the person he was commissioning this for is an old client of mine. So he told that person what happened. And from what I understood, he made him come back, apologize, and I made the mod. And we're good now.
That like reminds me of like it's like a kid like being mean to like a customer service person, and that like the dad has to like pull him by the ear just to like make him apologize.
Yeah, like if someone doesn't want to work with me because they don't want to pay upfront, that's perfectly fine. Chances are, if they don't want to do that, I don't have anything to gain from that partnership. So no, so far I have not been scammed, and I will continue to be wary of scammers and avoid being scammed. People have tried to scam me with like PayPal refund. 2 times so far, and both of those times failed.
So like PayPal refund is where you pay like a tiny bit more, like for PayPal, and then if like something doesn't go right in a certain amount of time, you can take back the money. I believe.
Yeah, you can ask for a refund, but that pretty much opens up a legal debate, so to say. So all I really have to do is send PayPal proof of all the chats and all the work was done, and the client was happy when they received the work. And it pretty much ends there because the client doesn't really have anything else to say. I mean, the fact that they don't like it after using it for 2 weeks, but they liked it when they got it, doesn't really work that way with PayPal. You liked it when you received it. So, yeah, that's your fault. It's your problem. I missed the part. That's my problem.
Yeah, no.
Very extremely based.
Zoli, has there been a workshop like mod that you've seen that you really, really appreciate, and like a modder that you really appreciate, and you think that they're doing good work?
There are a few people like that, yeah.
Could you name them?
Of course. I think the number one spot would go to SMD. Like, without him, there are a lot of things that I wouldn't have learned. So, I have huge respect for that guy. Then there's Sly. He makes guns. We sometimes work together. Like, I help him with advanced Unity stuff. He helps me with models. There's Nordic. And from Nordic, there's a guy called Paul or Jack or whatever name he goes by, because he changes that every week. But that guy is the reason I have high quality sounds for my mods. He's the reason I have data for my mods. So yeah, he's a big part of making mods successful on my end, so to say. Pixel. He's a cool guy. I worked with him before, helped him, he helped me. Like, I remember the first time I went to Pixel, I asked him how to make a turret for a vehicle, because I had no idea. And then, after like a year, 2 years, things turned around. He was the one asking me for stuff. So, and I helped him. He helped me, I helped him. If somebody helps me, I'm going to help them. If somebody is rude to me, doesn't help me, and they expect me to just like straight up give them stuff, never gonna happen. Just simple as that. I respect you, you respect me, and vice versa.
Man, I don't understand those people. Like, I keep seeing on like those Facebook shopping stuff, people are like, so how much does this cost? Money? What? It costs money? What?
Pretty much. Like, if people like to re-buy the same thing that I made before. Like, there's one vehicle that I sold as, I think, 7 times so far, in different colors. And they're like, why do I have to pay for the full price? Because it's already made. Why can't I just pay for the texture? Well, on one hand side, he's right. On the other hand side, you're not going to go to a dealership and tell them that you are not going to pay for the car because somebody already paid for the same car. You're buying a copy of the same car, and they are buying a copy of my same mod. So, full price. That's it. Paid.
Makes sense.
GTFO.
Yeah, they're not paying for. I mean, like, if they want to pay for just the texture, then you just give them the color and not.
Yeah,
the
I
color.
can do that. But usually, I just like give them half price, because I'm not as money hungry as I sometimes sound. Like, it's not all about the money. I do stuff for people for free. Like, I made a TF2 grenade launcher that actually works like a TF2 grenade launcher in like 30 minutes for absolutely free. I made the airburst shell that Pixar's gun or some other 88mm gun uses for free. I didn't charge anything for that. It's all about who asks me. If I know the person, if I respect them, I'm going to do it for free. If I like the person or they ask nicely, I'm also going to do it for free. But if you just like barge in, hey, I want this and this and this and I don't want to pay you, yeah, it's not going to happen.
More money.
And
that's how it should be.
So, can you make me a curated map? I'm not going to pay you, by the way.
I mean, you can pay me an exposure. That always works. It's like 25% more appreciated than actual money, because I can buy a Starbucks coffee with exposure.
Yeah.
Yes. Bro, I'm gonna pay you with exposure. I'm a YouTuber with like 2,000 subs, 2,000 million billion.
That also happened before. They tried to pay me like that.
That's weird.
People have tried to pay you like that?
Yeah, they're I have a YouTube channel. I can advertise your mods. Okay, send me a link.
That reminds me
10
of
subscribers.
5 subs. If it was like Dream or something, you would probably do it for free.
Oh yeah, for sure. If it was Dream, I'd like suck his penis.
All right, man. I knew the moment that he said that, I was like, come on, Knight. Every fucking up.
Got me fucked up.
Dream Stan.
Literally.
Listen, I'm not a dream stan. I just know a good opportunity when I see one.
You sure?
Come on.
Well, is this the part of the episode where we go off track, off the main topic, Zolly, and we go talk about random shit?
Zolly, do you consider making a curated map at some point with your mod skills? I mean, imagine like that MLRS that can shoot people from across the map somewhere in a curated map.
Mm-hmm.
I'd pay money for that map.
I did consider it. At one point, I wanted to make a whole map project, but I don't think it would be accepted because it would be too different from the base game. Like Elver, Arid, and all those maps, they get away with it because they're not that different from the base game. They have unique gameplay features that people appreciate. But if I start bringing military realism into Unturned, why would anybody want to accept that as Unturned at that point? As an official, like, created map or stuff like that.
I mean, I think there's been worse things that have happened, though. Have you seen Belgium?
I actually played a bit of Belgium with a friend, with a Belgian friend.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's just sad. Did he cry when he joined the map? He's like, this is disgusting. Like, how did he think about the map?
Did he say it was accurate?
No, he didn't say much. It was his first time playing Unturned. I just noticed that, like, the guns can take vanilla mags, but the vanilla mags are off the gun, like they are not in the correct place. They are out, like they are sticking through the gun.
That's beautiful.
So I was like, yep, this is not good.
How mods were made to be.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be bad.
I think your idea of like people not being able to accept a specific type of unturned map because it's so different. I think where you're more in a climate to do something different as opposed to like when Ireland was first released, because everything was kind of the same and kind of garbage. But I mean, I think there's a good climate right now to release something that's different from everything else. I think we're slowly eating up of what Unturned could really do base wise when it comes to like the beginning parts. Like there is still good portions of Unturned you should learn from the original maps and should port over to your map ideas. But I don't think it's that hard. I mean, not hard, but I don't think it's, I guess that hard to find an audience for something different. I mean, I think a lot of people are saying that there's like literally get right into the point where I think almost every map idea is getting kind of done, but not really. There's still a lot of things that could be done. So I think if it was too different, I don't think it'd be that different as long as I think follows the rules. If you wanted to be curated, I think as long as it follows the rules, it'd be fine. I mean, because
like no compound objects.
Because I mean, like, if we look at other maps in the past before that were even curated in the first place, like Ireland, like those were horrible maps. Like they didn't even have speed trees; they had like PNG trees, like which is crazy. Like some of them oversized of other
trees
maps
were bad.
But the thing is that they didn't even have support for them on their map. Like again, and that was a curated map. Like stuff like that are heavily oversighted is kind of like ridiculous too. I mean, as long as you don't fuck up like that, or you don't fuck up like any of the curated maps before Elver mainly did, then you'll be probably fine. I don't think it's crazy to do something different now. Maybe in the past, yeah, but now I think people are expecting for something different to keep the game fresh.
Yeah.
And if you're able to offer that and be able to accomplish that, I think people will enjoy your work.
So you make a curated map and you put the MLRS in it.
Well, the MLRS, the tanks, helicopters, planes. Like I am working on a plane at the moment.
Oh, that's cool.
Commissioned by the same guy. Paid for my car.
Nice.
So it's going to be big. It's going to have features that, again, people never expected to be possible. People have never seen before. Like expect a plane with 3 different weapons on one seat.
Okay.
Or here's an idea I just came up with, Zolly. Here's an idea with all your futuristic, realistic vehicles. you have a battle, like a kind of like a death match type of game mode, right? And you basically make a world where it's in all dimensions. There's sea, land, and air. And basically, when you die, you get put into a situation where you're able to pick between the ocean, a plane, or a vehicle, and able to run into the middle of a war zone between a bunch of other people who are fighting it out in the middle with futuristic, realistic, like items, basically.
Futuristic would be cool too.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Well, like, and there's a bunch of like stuff that happens. It's like a arena, but like when you die, you just like spawn back in the middle of like, your own little post. You're not teamed with anyone. It's just you solo, and you're the one in control, which would be interesting to see. I think most of your items are mainly two-seater when it comes to everything, correct?
Pretty much. Like, I focus on involving as many players in one asset as possible. So for the tank, driver, gunner, commander, and machine gunner. Loader.
Right. So imagine imagine all that combined into like kind of like a one vehicle, and then that's what most of these vehicles are on this map. And basically, just one person is able to fight between a bunch of other people in different vehicles and different sets of, I guess, warfare, like the ones I mentioned before. And, and just have a good time. Like, even that would be fun. It reminds me of, like, it takes the ideas from Jet. You remember Jet PvP? You remember from back in the day when people used to fight off the Liberators? They just fly up in the sky with jets and then fight each other in the middle of the air.
Liberator.
Oh, I remember there was an arena map where it was just jet combat over a bunch of lava.
Or does anyone remember when literally there was when Hawaii was released, a lot of people would use the vehicles like the HMG. I forgot what the commander. I think it was. I forgot the tank ship, and stuff like that. And they would have like whole naval warfare like with those like items like, with those vehicles. It was like pretty fun back in the day. So I think there is a market for that in Unturned. And if someone were to make like an arena mode where you can really just do that with one person solo, and you can have a good time, fun time with on a server, then I think you could probably make something work like that. I think that'd be kind of interesting. I know it's just like me spitballing like an idea at ZoliWorks, but it's not like something you need to do. But it is a fun idea that I think would work in Unturned because there is people that have done it on their own volition. I think it was put on a scale where it's more mass, and it's more like, it works better than Survival.
I mean, you could commission him for it and pay for his second car.
Nah. But I think that's something that you could probably do too.
Hey, you think I got money, bro?
The workshop is your oyster, I guess you could say.
What?
Someone actually did come to me with that idea before, and we agreed to team up. Basically, I make all the vehicles, all the fancy systems, and he gets somebody else to do the weapons, the clothes, the map, and I would get to be an owner along with him, and we would split the server profits 50-50, but nothing came of it. And I did have a plan like that, with a large-scale military combat game mode for Unturned a long time ago. And I still have that idea. I just don't have the time to implement everything. Because I can't just make one tank and then copy that same tank onto the other side. I need to make two different tanks to suit each side. Because on one hand side, if you have the Americans, their tanks are faster, they have faster turret traverse speed, they have faster reload, they are better equipped. Then on the Russian side, we have slower tanks, slower turret traverse, less gun elevation, less potent thermal cameras and stuff like that. So it's like two different sides. It's not enough to make tanks. I have to make APCs. I have to make other vehicles, AA vehicles, mortars, artillery, ships, boats, aircraft, like tons of aircraft, and then make new flight physics for aircraft. Because vanilla flight physics, it's just that. It's kind of Unturned-ish. I want something else for my mods. And once I have everything ready, all the different types of vehicles ready, I can pretty much just replace the models, realign the colliders, and replace the sound, and that's it. So once everything is ready, like the base prefab of everything, then I can pretty much make the project a reality. if I get someone to do the models, because they take time and I make commissions, so I can't always fit my own project in between commissions.
I see.
That is true.
But yeah, I agree. It would be a great thing to have, like a large-scale military simulation game. Like, imagine an insane-sized map with vehicles that can engage each other from like 4 kilometers, or artillery that can hit.
And a 100 versus 100.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
It would be great, but it would take so much time to make it a reality. Even if I didn't do any commissions, I would get burned out just from working on the vehicles.
That's fair.
And just don't get work.
Just
don't get burned out, bro.
This is stupid.
I'm probably gonna go a little bit early.
Well, I was gonna say, do we have any more questions for Zoli? Because
I'm out of questions. It's all good for me.
Yeah, no, I'm out. But it was good having you on the podcast, Zoli.
It was good being on.
And Z-Man left twice.
Z-Man's just a little bit sus. I guess. Well, I have no more questions for you, Zoli. Unless you have questions for us, there really isn't really much to talk about besides that. What'd you think about this?
Yeah,
it was great talking to you all, and if more people get to interact with these videos, more people get to know that, hey, look, I make these kinds of mods. You can use them for free and have fun. We're on the workshop.
Give me money.
No, like that's not a concern, because even right now, I'm refusing people left and right. I just simply don't have the time to take all these commissions. So, no, it's not about the money.
Alright, well, it was good having you on, Zoli. It was interesting talking to you. I knew only a little bit about you, but now I've learned a little bit more about you and what you do.
You've been stabbed with a key.
So, you got stabbed by a key.
Yeah. I got keyed.
I mean, who else in the Unturned community can say that?
I don't know.
Probably a lot. I mean, like, aren't half
you people?
I think I stabbed myself with a key to see if it would actually hurt.
Bro,
Okay.
why?
Alright, well...
Honestly, I think I hurt myself more than other people actually managed to hurt me with cuts and stuff.
Not verbally.
Even I like to make stuff. Even when I was a kid, I made all kinds of random stuff out of wood. So at this one point, I was cutting wood with it's like a blade saw. You use that thing to grind metal. And I was cutting wood with it because it was faster than a manual saw. And well, it cut the wood almost instantly. And I was still applying quite a bit of force on that thing. And it ended up in my knee. So I almost cut my knee bone in half.
Yikes.
Owie.
That's a yikes moment. Well, let's end on that note.
Let's end on that note.
I mean, if you want pictures, I still have
No.
Yeah, we want pictures. I'm
my
intrigued
knee
with
hurts
pictures.
now.
I want pictures. It's 1 to 2.
Pictures,
bro.
Send pictures in the guest chat.
No!
I'd have to search them up because this was like 4 or 5 years ago. So they're somewhere on my phone.
Please
Alright,
don't.
well, let's end the episode here. Let's end the episode here before we get more interesting stories.
Remove him!
Alright, everybody, this concludes this episode of the Unturned Podcast with Zoli. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and comment down below. Knight Rider is the nerd emoji.
Yep. No, don't comment that.
Bye!
Yay! Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.